for our children, and the teachers equally need to help us with these children. They need to understand the children they are dealing with. As parents out there, we need to do a lot of parenting, and teachers, once you're interested with people's children, please take responsibility of people's children. And we'll make sure that if it is you who is interested with a kid, you take personal responsibility as a teacher. If you think a school should be, a school will be the one taking responsibility, you who is with a teacher should take personal responsibility. Because you can't be here, the kid doesn't know how to swim, you're busy on WhatsApp, and then at the end of the day, the school is blamed. It should be you who is with the kid. You take strict liability. I want to thank you so much, and I wish you nice deliberations. Yeah. Yes. Jessica?
Thank you so much, Right Honorable Speaker, for the opportunity. I would like to thank you for the innovation on how best we can celebrate Women's Day for this year. I am seeking for clarity, one, on how we are going to invite the women to come to participate on 3rd. And the number of women that we can bring, so that we shall be able, as leaders of our districts, we shall be able to support. 2, on the issue of our children, Right Honorable Speaker and colleagues, as I agree on parenting, but I think also the school administration should do more, because we have the PTA, we have the BOG. They regularly have meetings. They are supposed to provide leadership as immediate leadership on behalf of the government, because they are the governing bodies. Then the issue of security intelligence. If 4 skulls were got in one pit latrine, people are not killed like a way of killing or slaughtering a chicken. So I think our intelligence system within the school environment needs also to be improved. Because from 1 to 4 skulls, that means probably there are even other children probably killed, and up to now we don't know about. And lastly, Right Honorable Speaker, as a way of sending warning to the community, the actions taken against those schools should be made to this house, so that we will be able to spread what actions have been taken, but also the public will be able to watch, so that others can be scared, and we all join hands to protect our children. Thank you.
Thank you so much. The issue of invitation of the women to attend the session is going to be handled by CPS. We have a department of corporate planning and strategy, and they're handling that. And the issue of parenting, when we give our children to schools, to teachers, that is an extension of parenting. They become the parents of those kids. So by doing that, you have to take responsibility of these kids, the welfare of these kids. It's very, very bad for somebody to take a kid and then it's called the next day that your kid got a problem, is dead. It's very dangerous. Yes. Ed Dakas.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I would like to thank you for the initiative.
You're all standing on communication. And honorable members will want to hear from the Minister of Education on what action they've taken, especially on the on that school where a kid was killed in the latrine. We want to hear from the Minister of Education. So, government.
Madam Speaker, we request that we can have a statement tomorrow. We shall update tomorrow because the Minister of Education is not here now.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Madam Speaker. I also want to add my voice to really thank you for bringing women closer to this parliament and indeed providing a platform for, I believe, a discussion on socio-economic development for women. Madam Speaker, whatever the discussions will be, I would like to let you and this House know that some of the programs that have been put out there for a socio-economic transformation for women, some of them are not working. I would speak for Kaberemaido, where this so-called the GROW program, almost no woman has been able to benefit. Likewise, even PDM has had challenges. So the banks are at the center of making these programs difficult. Madam Speaker, I hope that during these discussions, that some of those things can be corrected. I thank you.
Thank you. One of the reasons why we want to have this discussion, we want to call these people who are managing, say, GROW, managing PDM. Tell us how are women benefiting? How are women benefiting from this? Yes. Ethel. Then Brenda.
Thank you so much, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, as local governments, we appreciate the fact that women are being thought of who are at local governance level and they are yet to interact with parliamentarians. We await that, and we are praying that even at a later time, we shall have the same extended, even though there isn't any funding in local government or gender, finance could quickly provide for something, such that at least as we have this discussion, which I know, Madam Speaker, you've already balanced, and many districts, especially from the different regions, are going to be involved. But a provision is also made that later on down. And Madam Speaker, as we go on to plan for Women's Day, we are praying that even the women out there who have been abducted, who are out in cells for no good reason, for only this time, they are gifted so that for Women's Day, they are given justice. And we see that at least Uganda is somewhere as far as matters of women are concerned. And not only women, but generally all Ugandans get justice as a gift. We are praying, at least for Women's Day. I thank you.
Thank you. Honourable members, just maybe to remind, what I had forgotten was I got a list of petitioners from northern Uganda, specifically from Lira. I think from Lira. From Lango. From Lango. And the petition was about representation of workers in the house. And their claim is there is no inclusivity, fairness, and equity in the representation. And for them, they believe, since in the representation of youth, people with a disability, the elderly, all regions are represented. So in their considered view, they think Section 8, subsection 3 of Election of Parliamentary Act on election of workers should be amended to include the region, not only include the gender. because the section 3 says that there shall be one woman out of the 5. It does not specify that all regions must be represented like other what interest groups. So the petition was brought, and I think we'll have an amendment to that effect. Yes, Brenda.
Thank you so
Arrow.
much. Thank you so much, Right Honorable Speaker. I would like to appreciate your recognition for the women in this country. And Right Honorable Speaker, we would like to exactly know the number of women, because when they see this communication, they will have high expectations. And it will...
On the issues of women, please follow it up with the CPS. Follow it up with the CPS. Your members of parliament, you're free to enter any office here,
Thank you so much, Right Honorable Speaker.
including Lopes office.
It will help us to give them the right information as they are members of parliament. Secondly, Right Honorable Speaker, I'd like to appreciate you for also looking into consideration of the case of the student that we lost. Right Honorable Speaker, almost every year we lose students in mysterious ways. In my constituency, there is a time we buried a girl who just died in bed in one of the Mukono schools. There is a boy who was burnt in a certain school. We've seen these things in media, and I would like us as leaders and government to take action. Thank you so much. Right.
Thank you. Authority.
Thank you so much, Madam Speaker. And I want to thank you for lifting women and for loving women. And I would like to appreciate the concern or the update on sharing our Women's Day with our women down there. But my humble request, Madam Speaker, is that as it has been a norm in the few years I have been in Parliament, that we, especially the women members in the opposition, have been denied to celebrate the Women's Day in our districts. I would request as a house, as you, her mother, give a directive that we be allowed to celebrate our Women's Day just like any other MP in any other party. And then number 2, Madam Speaker.
There is information from the Minister of Local Government, Honorable Victoria. You get it.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. In case there were difficulties in some districts for causes which we should know, it's not correct to give a sweeping statement that where there are women members of parliament in opposition, they are not allowed. I want to give my testimony that I represented the Prime Minister in Kasese, and the function was very colorful, and the member of parliament is present. There were NRMs, there were all parties represented, religious leaders, bishops, RDCs, and it was one of the best days I witnessed. She's around.
Florence. No, let me first hear from Florence.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Yes, it was an activity organized by the district, and the Prime Minister was the chief guest. The Minister of Honorable
Victoria
represented the Prime Minister. Though we have got challenges as opposition members of Parliament, because I organized mine, I was blocked, Right Honorable Speaker. However, that of the district was not blocked. Thank you so much.
Honorable members. Honorable members. Honorable members. Honorable members. Can I have silence? Honorable members.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. My colleagues, learning never ends. The moment you work as a team to celebrate one annual celebration, I think you cannot get a problem. So for the district to organize theirs, the woman MP to organize hers, is a reflection that there is no cohesion. I call for cohesion so that one day is celebrated and organized by all of you. Thank you.
Honorable members. Honorable members. Honorable members. Our members of parliament, the women members of parliament from opposition, had an issue that they reported to this house. One can give an example of Susan. One can give an example of Susan. Prime Minister, all what these girls are asking for, these girls are asking for something small, that they want to celebrate a Women's Day with their women. They want to celebrate a Women's Day with their women. This is election time. How will they go to the field there and you're not allowing them to associate with their women? You get it, eh? Let me tell you, by now, electors out there have decided whom they will vote for. However much you influence how. But don't deny them to celebrate. Don't deny them. Let them have a celebration with their people, so long as it is a peaceful celebration. There is no problem with that. Yes. Wait. The Prime Minister.
Right Honorable Speaker, I just want to thank you, Right Honorable, for expressing the women the way they want to express themselves in their constituencies. I just want to say
in an orderly way.
Yes, the NRM government has brought freedom for women. It embraces women, and all the women, you are supposed to celebrate with your women when the Women's Day comes. I'm even here to be invited to come and officiate at your Women's Day. All women, please, you are allowed to celebrate with the women, because there is no need of again being refused to celebrate with the women. But what I would also want to say, we need cohesion. Like the Honorable was saying, if we have a Women's Day for the district, please come and join us. Come and join the district so that you celebrate the Women's Day with the district. It will be a very good function to see you when you are with your women. I thank you.
Thank you. Jonathan.
Madam Speaker, I wanted to raise this issue before the Prime Minister spoke. One of the challenges that has been expressed here is because of the expiry of the mandate of the National Women's Council. The Electoral Commission released the roadmap for general elections, including the different special interest groups. One that is missing conspicuously is the National Women's Council. Their mandate expired in 2022, and there has been an extension. The meeting that will be convened here, if that council was functional and had the mandate, fresh mandate through elections, some of the issues coming here would have been discussed there. So I wanted to bring to your attention first to require government to liaise with the Electoral Commission to explain why the election for National Women's Council of all the special interest group is missing from the general roadmap that has been released. What is so special around that? But also too, so that when you meet on Monday, the 3rd,
Prime Minister, you getting?
it can
that you
be
need to
an item
find
on
out?
the agenda.
Have you finished, Jonah? No. I was telling her to cause.
But I can, Right Honorable Speaker, the question for the women missing on the roadmap, I think it was just an oversight. Yesterday we discussed it in cabinet. The women are supposed to be included on the roadmap, and yesterday's cabinet we raised it, and they are going to be included on the roadmap. I thank you.
Can you get in touch with the Electoral Commission and let us know whether it was you're with them? So let's have that done, and we have the election for the National Women Council. Yes.
Thank you, Madam Speaker.
But Soroti has not finished. Soroti, you're not repeating on the issues of Women's Day. You ladies celebrate your Women's Day, but within the law and peacefully, in an orderly way.
Thank you so much, Madam Speaker. And we should also be allowed to invite chief guests of our own interest. That is one of them. Okay, Madam Speaker, I want to say something on the issue of a 6-year-old child who was slaughtered in the toilet. Madam Speaker, in Soroti, Madam Speaker, there is vivid evidence about this slaughter, and I want to thank the police that have managed to handle the issue, and I want to request that as a mother, as leaders, we follow it up closely, because this team of people should actually, if it was under my reach, possibly would have also been slaughtered, because it is one of the children. It is evidence that one of the children testified.
They should face the law. That should
Madam
not come
Speaker,
from a leader like you.
Should face the law and be worked on as they also worked on the child. Madam Speaker, this has raised tension in the city, and many of the people are really aggrieved about this issue, and we need the ministry.
I was actually surprised with all the leaders of Soroti. Nobody had ever raised this, and that's why I was forced to bring it up. When I saw you here, I said, I think I am now seeing Soroti. Nobody brought it up all these days. Yes? Somebody is giving information.
I'm giving information.
It is on that, a very serious matter, that of the kid.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, that incident happened, but the Honorable Member thanked the police and government for the swiftness in doing things. So immediately they took over, made arrests.
Police is under government.
Don't worry. Immediately they took over, they arrested the directors of the school. All the accomplices were also arrested, arranged to court. The school was closed, and it was, I think, it wasn't the first time it was happening. I think it was happening over time, but this time they were able to, with this child that died, it was really a sad moment. And indeed, this will not continue. We will ensure that there's more vigilance, and like you have stated in the opening remarks, you said that we should parent, because also this was a little bit of negligence from the matron. Even when the other child had seen the problem, she ran to the matron chased her away. And actually, it was even the children of the director who, when police asked them some few questions, they were able to submit in more evidence that implicated even the wife of the director. So I think government has done very well, and we are proud. We will proceed with ensuring that there is
Honorable
more.
Minister,
I thank you.
Honorable Minister of Education, we want to know what action you've taken on such a school. We want to know Before you come, let's hear from Ebwalu.
Madam Speaker, we need justice. We need justice for that young girl, Joan Apio. That twin, you are a mother of twins. The girl they killed was a twin. And I can tell you, it was very traumatizing. There are schools that want to get rich because of rituals, because of doing sacrifices. They are killing our children. We trust our children to schools, knowing that the schools will take care of our children. If you are the ones killing our children, where do we take our children? Madam Speaker, I want to request you. Our inspectorate in the country is dead.
Which inspectorate?
The inspectorate, that is the education inspectors. Education inspectors, I do not know what is the minimum standard of starting a school in Uganda. I have a school in our constituency. It has 2 classrooms. They have built the classrooms with mabati. They even don't have a toilet, but it's a school. Then you wonder, what are the inspectorates doing, the inspectors of schools? Madam Speaker, I want to appeal to you.
I think that's of standards. In the ministry.
Madam Speaker, I want to appeal to you that you interest yourself in this matter. This matter should not be managed locally in Soroti. The file will be missed. I want to appeal to you, Madam Speaker, that interest yourself in this file so that we follow this matter to its logical conclusion.
Honorable Minister, this case is a very serious issue. It's a very, very serious issue. You're a owner of a school. You know such a thing can happen to your school one time. So the earlier we stop it, the earlier we stop that, the better. What action have you taken on that school?
Thank you very much, Right Honorable. Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker and dear colleagues, I want first of all to thank you for the concern. This is indeed a very serious matter that we should not joke over it. It's true there have been those cases, and the police has taken it up, has started the investigations. We hope as a ministry that the report that will come from police will give us a direction. But it's also true that what we have agreed as a ministry is to improve on the inspection of these schools. Right Honorable Speaker. And our team has gone out and they're trying to do their best to see to it that all the minimum basic requirements are adhered to. I submit, Right Honorable Speaker.
So what have you done to that school?
Pardon?
What has been done to that school?
Right Honorable, the inspector, my team has gone on site and they're compiling a report.
And
the school.
Honorable Minister, you need to take keen interest in that school. You need to take keen interest. Yes, Shadow?
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I want to thank you for raising this matter. And what I'm saying here is in a good spirit. You see, a school, Madam Speaker, can only survive if its triangle is functioning very well. Parents, teachers, and the children. What we need to do as the Ministry of Education, and even our side, we can give support. Whether you have minimum standards, they must be improved. We have challenges now. One of the information you have, Madam Speaker, is that one of these children killed himself because he wanted 1 million as pocket money. Or 2 million, I think something like that. Once, Madam Speaker, honourable members.
That is a different version.
It's a different version.
That's a different version.
Yeah.
We are talking about a young girl slaughtered in a toilet, where an outsider came and slaughtered a kid in the toilet. You get it, eh?
Madam Speaker.
Listen. Now, the other one where a boy wanted 2 million shillings is different from what we are talking about. And that's where we are saying, now this calls for parenting. It calls for parenting. You should know what to do with these kids who are in adolescence stage. When a kid asks you, this is what I want, and we tend to spoil our children. You and me who think we have money, every time you want to give this kid a lot of money, at a time when you don't have, then this kid, you'll face it.
Madam Speaker, that's why I began by talking about a triangle. Already the Minister of Education, why I was talking about standards, we have a challenge. There are children of 3 years who are in boarding section, and these are nursery kids. Secondly, Madam Speaker, why I'm insisting on my issues I'm giving, the challenges we have, me as a minister, we have to revisit the minimum standards. Madam Speaker, as we talk now, do you know there is what is happening in schools, end of year party called the promo. Parents are all sweating. All these are challenges and they cause anxiety in the children. One parent cannot afford giving a daughter of his makeup and dressing, which is worth 3 million above the school fees he pays for one day. And then a chopper is taken to a school where a child is going to move with a chopper to get her friends and all that. A limousine. These are challenging factors that are causing anxiety and can end up making children kill themselves or fight others. But what I'm requesting, Madam Speaker, as members, we request the Ministry of Education, let us sit down and look at those standards. When you talk about a swimming pool, Madam Speaker, is it among the minimum standards of a school? Once it is there, what do you have to put in place that allows swimming pools and all those factors in schools? The moment you don't have them, challenges are on parents, challenges are on school owners. Madam Speaker, I can tell you one scenario. One time I went to a boarding school. A child, they allow them to call their parents at 100 shillings per minute. A child talked to his mother for 10,000 at 100 shillings per minute. Now, you gave my child to a boarding school. Now, at school, you are calling me above 1 hour. 10,000 at 100 shillings per minute. How long did the mother talk to the child? Yet, I'm in control of that child as a teacher or a run of a school. All these are challenges must address.
Honorable Minister, you will bring a paper to that effect, and we need to have minimum requirements for every school. If it means not visiting children and food is provided for at schools, it should be this kind of having classes in schools should stop. Next.
Madam Speaker.
Yes.
There are parents. Okay.
Hello. Cow.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I come to salute your clarion call which you have made on the importance of parenting. And Madam Speaker, it takes two to tango. It has to be women and men to have those parenting skills successfully. But Madam Speaker, I'm reminded of a little known date every other end of the year. It is 19th November. It is incidentally the International Day of Men. And I have admired the energy, the zeal and the zest that you have demonstrated in promoting the observance of the International Women's Day. And all of us men will be supportive of that, I assure you, Madam Speaker. We shall throw our weight behind your invitation. But to be impartial, to be inclusive, to exhibit equity, I wish you would equally demonstrate same energy in promoting the International Day of Men on 19th November. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Honourable member.